Hello and welcome to the Munce Report this week as trainer Chris Munce joins us to help preview a big weekend of racing for the team. But before we go forward, we must look back and well done, Mr. Munce, another 2 winners since the last show. And it was the girls flying the flag for the stable once again. Valley of Dreams broke her maiden for Hancock's Bloodstock, and Lady BRAHMOS scored a really impressive win for the Archer Park team.
Yeah, Adam, they both were really pleasing the way they hit the line, particularly Valley of Dreams. Through the run, she was in a pretty awkward spot there for Larry, but fortunate enough, he was able to get off at the right time and get around him, and she really hit the lines strongly. So look, she's a really nice mare now, and I think as she gets older, she's only going to get better. I still think the best is yet to be seen of her in 6 to 12 months' time.
And Lady BRAHMOS, it was a similar sort of scenario, wasn't it? Justin Huxtable had his work cut out on her at the rear of the field, but she reeled them in impressively.
Yeah, well, I mean, Justin rode her confidently, didn't he? He sort of his back bottled up, but I do think that's the way to ride her. She's had two runs at Caloundra now, and she's just been like a bomb both times. She just seems to like that big track, the big spaces, being held up, and being able to close off quickly late. So, no, it was a really good effort to see her win the way she did there on Friday night.
Very good. She's entered for this weekend, so we'll talk a little bit more about her when we get into the preview. I guess the other interesting runner on the weekend, BOOMSARA, he kicked off his campaign with a close-up 6 in the Wheatwood. How's he come through the run, and what did you make of his performance?
Thought it was a really good run under the circumstances, Adam. He's a sort of horse that now he's a little bit older. I've got no doubt he's lost his speed. He's wanting to find his feet and travel a bit more kindly, and I think he's now looking for the 1,300, 1,400 to a mile sort of distance range. And I thought for him to finish where he did was a very brave effort, particularly the fact he was cluttered up and Larry wasn't able to get, full galloping room in the straight. So, he's only beaten 2 lengths, just over 2 lengths. And considering the fact he'd only had the one jump out, there was no way that I could be disappointed with the way that he performed there on Saturday.
And what are you thinking next for him now? And obviously, you've taken that bit of extra knowledge out of the race based on his performance.
Yeah, so we've completely changed his program now. He won't go to the George Moore or the Keith Nowd like we originally planned. He'll go probably the route of the Recognition Stakes and the Burnbury Handicap as lead-ups into the Magic Millions. He'll have a couple of runs in between sort of thing to keep him up to the mark, but they'll be the races that we head towards with him.
Yeah. Very good. And trials during the week. The first 2-year-olds stepped out in the Munce racing colours at Eagle Farm on Tuesday with BERDINI'S Girl and RHAPSODY Rose. What did you make of their first official trials?
Yeah, really pleased with them. They both performed very well and they took it all in their stride, particularly BERDINI'S Girl. She's just a lovely natured filly who she just keeps on improving. I thought, for their first day out, they haven't even had a gallop yet. That was really their first sort of a hit out where they were sort of made to do a bit of work. I thought that for them to finish where they did, there's a lot of improvement left in them, and I was very pleased with the way they went.
Yeah, I'm sure owners would have been excited by that, and obviously they'll take a lot out of those performances. Well, let's get into the weekend preview. Lots of runners heading to a range of different meetings. There's Ipswich Friday, Eagle Farm Saturday, Gold Coast Saturday, a big team of runners heading to the Sunshine Coast on Sunday, and then Bow Desert on Monday to round it all out. So let's begin at Ipswich. Dash for Dreams, who we must say is a dual acceptor, obviously entered for Saturday at Eagle Farm, but he's accepted for a Qtis 3-old benchmark 65 over the 1200 at Ipswich, and also entered for a Qtis 3-old handicap at Eagle Farm. You're leaning either way at this stage?
I think she'll probably go to Ipswich at this stage. The fact that she's drawn better and it does look a bit of an easier race probably looks the more likelihood of where we'll go. She's got plenty of time to get back to town once she's a bit more race savvy and learn her trade a bit more. But I would suggest at this point she'll go to Ipswich tomorrow, and Larry will ride her again. And I'm sure that from that good barrier, he won't be too far away in the run, and she should hit the line pretty well.
And she was obviously a good effort last start, wasn't she, on Pink Ribbon Cup Day at the Gold Coast, which is obviously a Saturday Metro meeting, and only narrowly beaten.
Yeah, it was a very good run. As I said, it was only second run back from a spell. Hit a bit of a flat spot on the corner when they went very slow, and they sprinted quite quickly. She got left flat-footed, but when she sort of balanced up and rallied, she really got home late. And I thought it was a terrific run.
The other runner on the program is Moonshiner, who's accepted for the maiden handicap over 1350 metres and resumes here. How's he heading into his first up assignment?
Yeah, well, he's good. I mean, he's raced at that track before, and he's had 2 trials leading into this, so which was a similar lead up to what we did last prep. So Justin will ride him tomorrow, and I think from that draw, he'll probably be just off the speed there somewhere. And, you know, I suppose it'll be just race condition late that may take its toll, sort of thing. But he's had plenty of miles under his belt. He's galloped up quite strongly, and he's come back a really nice horse, this guy.
Okay, interesting to see how he goes first up. So that's the Eagle Farm program, because you're leaning towards Saturday for Lucky Time, having spoken to the Hancock's Bloodstock team, and Lucky Time's entered for a maiden plate over the 1200 metres at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, look, I think we'll go that way. She was in Ipswich on Friday, but we decided to go to the Gold Coast. Although she's drawn a bit sticky there, I thought the 1200 suited her a little bit better, and it looks a little bit easier race than what the Friday race at Ipswich is. So she'll head there with Alan Chow to ride, and she's another one. She just needs an ounce of luck from her draw, and if she got the right sort of run, she'll be right there in the finish for sure.
Also on Saturday, Lady BRAHMOS flies the flag for the team, backing up from her good win that we touched on earlier, and lining up in a no metro win handicap over the 1200 metres. How's she come through the win?
Yeah, well, look, it's all a bit new for us this weekend. I've never backed her up before that quickly. She's always been a mare that we've spaced her races quite well. She's always been a mare that sort of, in the past, hasn't copped a lot of racing. But this time around, she's a lot more mature and a lot more stronger. So while she's racing in the form she's in, and this race was available to her, we thought that we might roll the dice and run her. And she certainly hasn't taken a backward step since last Friday. She's come through it really well, and hasn't done much all week, just sort of shot the breeze, as Gay would say, and been kept happy. And look, she'll get the right sort of run there on Saturday. And I think another positive is Eagle Farm. I think being a big, spacious track, I think really suits her. I've got no doubt after what I've seen at Caloundra the other night, she gets around Doomben, but she's not as good at Doomben as what she's on the big, spacious tracks.
Yeah, well, she's obviously a big specimen, isn't she? So would make sense that the big tracks would suit. Sunshine Coast Sunday, the float will be well and truly full, with a big team of runners heading up the highway. WOWSERS gets things underway in a Class 3 plate over the 1400 metres.
Yeah, it looks a nice race for WOWSERS. It was an unusual run from him the other day. I thought Ryan rode him very well, just in behind the speed there. And at the top of the straight, I thought he was going to drop out of it and not go on with it. But all of a sudden, when he balanced up and he got a bit of galloping room, he really hit the line good to be narrowly beaten. So Ryan Wiggins goes back on Sunday, and he knows the horse well. So I'm sure he'll be able to give him the right sort of ride and give him galloping room in the straight. And it looks a nice race for him.
And he's obviously had a great preparation already, two wins from the 4 starts and also a second placing. Race 2 is a ratings band 0 to 68 over the 1600 metres. Royal Sheen and Coco Fashion both entered here, but I believe you're edging towards Bow Desert meeting for Royal Sheen.
Well, I think so. I know he's drawn well at Caloundra, but I just thought the Bow Desert race looked a little bit easier for him. I suppose weather will determine which way he goes, but look, at this stage, I think we're leading to Bow Desert with him. Coco's on the quick backup from last Saturday on Toowoomba Cup Day, back to a mile. So we haven't done a lot with her through the week. We've just sort of, same deal, just kept her happy and kept her up to the mark a little bit with steady work. But she's racing honestly, and we just need to get an ounce of luck in running. And I think if she does, it's a race that she could certainly get away with.
Okay, race 4, Captain's Oath and KARAYER both line up for the second start of their careers. KARAYER is second up here after an encouraging debut run earlier this month, and also Captain's Oath resumes here. Yeah,
well, KARAYER raced really well first up. I was happy with the way he performed, and Larry Cassidy rides him again. I think the barrier probably makes it that he's going to have to let him find his feet like he did last time and finish his race off, which he did very, very well. So a little bit further on Saturday, which I think is a positive for him. And I can see him sort of just posing up midfield somewhere and being able to hit the line. The other horse, Captain's Oath, he's been trialling quite well, but I feel he's a horse that's going to be best suited once he gets out to a mile. We've ridden him on the speed in trials, and he doesn't seem to finish as well as what he does when we ride him back and a bit patient. So I would suggest from a good draw there on Sunday, he's ridden a little bit conservatively and let Find the Line.
Okay, nice little insight there. Race 7 is a benchmark 75 over the 1,000 metres, where the former Godolphin horse, Widespread, makes his debut for the stable. Of course, we've touched on him in previous shows, only recently purchased from the tried horse, the Godolphin draft at the Magic Millions sale. So really exciting for his new owners in the Munce colours to be heading to the races so soon. How's he travelling?
Yeah, well, he's a really nice horse, this guy. He's only had the one jump out. But I thought he went well enough, so that's the reason why I thought, well, we might as well go to the races and 1,000 metre race looks a nice distance for him to kick off with, and I'm sure he'll be able to round his race off well, and whatever he does, there'll be a lot of improvement in him. But I think that he should be able to run a very nice race for us there first up.
Yeah, interesting to see how he goes. And last for the Sunshine Coast, but certainly not least, KAVAK makes his return in a Class 1 plate over the 1,000 metres. Trialled well and strong form lines for this, given what he's done earlier on in his career.
Yeah, look, he's had a jump out now in a trial since he's been back. He's drawn well, and Larry rides him, so he's got a little bit of weight to have to lump. So it'll be more of he's still, in my opinion, not fully wound up, but this is another one, as I said, it's a good race to kick him off in. I love going to Caloundra to get these horses rolling in their preparations. They appreciate the big spacious tracks where they can travel and find the line.
Yeah, interested to see how he goes. Obviously, he had a big win 12 months ago in the first 2-year-old race of the year, and obviously has raced in some pretty decent company since then. What are you thinking for him at the moment? Heading into this preparation.
I think I just want to get him back with a bit of confidence. Adam, just racing with a bit of confidence again. I mean, he was pretty forward for the first race that he ran in. He was pretty well tuned up, and then he, as you said, he raced in some pretty good 2-year-old races leading into the Magic Millions and running some really nice horses. But he just, in my opinion, I thought he just felt like he lost his way a little bit, just lacked a bit of confidence, particularly as a colt. I think he wasn't as brave as what he should have been. But now as a gelding, he seems to be racing a lot more genuinely and working a lot more genuinely. And, I'm hoping that if he can kick off there with a win on Sunday, well, we can go on to some bigger and better races. But I'll just have to wait and see how he races on Sunday. Yeah,
sure. Okay, well, we're interested to see how he resumes this preparation. That's Sunday at the Sunshine Coast wrapped up. And then Bow Desert Monday. 2 runners heading there. 3-Point Missile is entered for a maiden for the boys over the 1,100 metres. He came close, 2 starts back at Ipswich. And then what did you make of his last run?
Thought he was in on the worst part of the track last start at Eagle Farm, and he hit the running rail at the top of the straight, which I think put him right off his balance. But having said that, that was a very, very strong maiden at Eagle Farm, plus it was 1,300, which we had to find out whether he could run the trip or not, and I don't think he did. So I think back to the 1,100, freshened up. In a race like that, I'd probably have to leave it up to Justin to work out where he wants to be in the run. But, it certainly wouldn't be a race that he couldn't get away with.
Okay, and then Royal Sheen for one, Kathy Munce lines up second up at Bow Desert, and that's the Class 1 handicap over the 1,650 metres.
Yeah, well, he had a first up run over 1,350 and hit the line pretty well, so he goes to the mile there. Obviously, Bow Desert's a tight little track. He's a big striding horse, a few little question marks there and queries, but having said that, I thought his first up run was good, and he's certainly gone on with it since then.
Very good, mate. All right, well, a big weekend for the stable. You'll be on your toes over the weekend, very busy, but thanks for all your insights and best of luck to yourself and connections over the weekend.
Good on you, Adam. Thanks very much.